these events? Nothing. Changing gears slightly for a moment, but still on the same theme of what really happened. In this case, on the subject of tectonic weapons, and no, it's not science fiction. Rather, such weapons exist and have for decades. Here's a reminder. In a Department of Defense news briefing on April 28, 1997, then U.S. Secretary of State William Cohen said, quote, "Others are engaging even in an eco-type of terrorism whereby they can alter the climate, set off earthquakes and volcanoes remotely through the use of electromagnetic waves." Keep that quote in mind. I wasn't able to get the following report covered in a previous broadcast, but here it is. First, from AFPnews.com, Philippines bans vote machine firm implicated in U.S. bribery probe. And what happened next? Only a few days later, this from Time Magazine. Philippines hit by earthquake of 7.6 magnitude. That's a massive earthquake. Just an amazing coincidence. Just a few days after their reluctance to conform with the Matrix. I'm sure much like what happened in Turkey. Just a coincidence. Only days after Turkey refused to toe the line for the manipulators of the Matrix, then there is Haiti, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Japan, and even New Zealand, where John Kerry mysteriously evacuated U.S. diplomats only hours before a very destructive earthquake struck. For the record, New Zealand has since been solidly in the hip pocket of the controllers. Again, just another coincidence. Back to climate engineering. And speaking of a single piece of data cited in this broadcast, and you won't like what you learn. More bad news from MSN.com. The Euphrates River, among so many others, is drying up. What does that mean? Question mark. The report then states the Euphrates River, with its historical significance and vital role in sustaining human life, is facing a grave crisis. This once mighty river, known for its role in the development of early civilizations, is now dwindling due to chronic droughts and the impacts of climate change. No mention of climate engineering, of course, which is the single greatest drought-causing factor on the planet at this point in time. The consequences of this environmental phenomenon extend far beyond environmental concerns, as it poses severe challenges to the lives and stability of millions of people who depend on its waters. Remember, devastating drought and deluge scenarios are the hallmark of climate intervention operations. The Union call for action. The region of 1.2 billion people, which is home to many of the world's poorest communities, suffered badly as food and fuel prices surged. Africa's farmers have also been battered by extreme weather events, including droughts and flooding, the hallmark of climate engineering operations, linked to climate change, further pressuring prices by disrupting food supplies. Again, he who controls the weather controls the world. The report continues. Anger over food prices sparked violent demonstrations and has been contributing to political instability in the region, with West Africa witnessing a surge of military takeovers and coup attempts this year. An estimated 868 million Africans were moderately or severely food insecure, with more than a third of that number in the second group, according to the report. In addition, 78% of Africa's population cannot afford a healthy diet, compared to around half of populations at a global level. How much longer does anyone rationally believe the current paradigm can continue?